The last little mini diagram we have is a participial phrase. I was visited by a hobo selling cardboard belts for nickels and used cigars. So, a couple of things. I know a participle could end in ed and it could end in ing. Oftentimes, when it ends in ed, it could also end in en. Just kind of keep that open. Here's was visited, but was makes that a part of the verb. So, was visited. You can see visited is an ed, but that's all one big verb. Why was visited, kind of passive voice. Here's selling, all right, and that's going to work as our first participle describing the hobo selling cardboard belts for nickels and used cigars. But look at this, they're used cigars. So it comes from the verb to use. So therefore, this is also, I'll make a double underline, this is also a participle describing the cigars. All right, so let's build this main sentence, which is I was visited by a hobo. So starting off here, I was visited, passive voice, I was visited by hobo, a hobo. All right, change my color. I'm going to add in my participle right here, selling cardboard belts for nickels and used cigars. Well, it's describing hobos. Remember, the participle phrase should connect back to a noun. So here's our participial phrase in really bad handwriting. And I'm going to build underneath hobo because it's the hobo who is selling. So I've got to connect it back to the noun. It modifies. And so I'm going to build it like this, and I'm going to bend to that line. So here's selling. It's a pretty good bend. And then I'm selling direct object belts. They're cardboard belts. Look at this. We're going to flatten that word cardboard. And they're cardboard belts. And we're selling them for nickels and cigars. So I'm going to come down here with the word for. Come down a little further. Let's see if I can get a nice little split here. Ooh, this is going to get crowded. I apologize. Look at this. This is going to be a hot mess. Hey, would you be okay if I put nickels down here? I say that as if we're interactive and that you could hear me and I could hear your response. So here's and I'm going to put cigars up here. And the only reason I did that is because I know I have to put the word used underneath cigars, and I wasn't going to have enough room down here. So here we go with used cigars. Well, usually I would just treat it as an adjective. It's used cigars, but because it ends in ed and it comes from the verb to use, I'm going to bend that as a participle. They're used cigars. That's pretty good, everybody. I like that. Kind of practices a couple different skills for us. Top notch. Okay. Now, if you want to stop there, you certainly can. If you want to go on and try some of the bigger sentences, you can do that as well. All right. Fantastic.